Monet and left foot.
Whoa,
Yeah,
another day.
Dabba D, nigga.
I take your pain away. Some people talk about you like they know all about you. When you get down, they doubt you. And when you dip it on the scene, yeah, they talking about it. Cause they can't tip on the scene what you talk about it. Talk about it.
Did you just wake up?
Yes,
Are you being funny yet?
we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, last night I was like really, really tired and I like fell asleep at 9:30 or 10 or something. And then I woke up at I don't know, 11 or 11:30. It happens to me all the time. Like I'll sleep for 45 minutes, then I'll be up.
Yeah.
And so I got up and I watched The Equalizer 2. Because I enjoy old man action movie Denzel Washington.
How was it?
It was exactly what I wanted it to be, which was Denzel being an old man and kicking people's butts.
Wait, isn't there a Hemsworth in that?
No, it's Pedro Pascal.
Oh, even better. I haven't seen that one. I need to watch that. I was thinking, what's the movie I'm thinking of that there's a new Hemsworth? It's a two. It's an action something two. I don't know.
Oh, it's Extraction.
Extraction. Okay. So it wasn't E. I wasn't totally off.
Right.
Okay. Action Hemsworth. All right. I like Denzel. I'm down for that.
Yeah, so if you like, I mean, just that whole series of like, you got your Man on Fire, you've got your Safe, uh, you've got your Deja Vu. It's all these old man action movie Denzels.
I'm down. I'm down for all of those things.
Hmm.
High stakes. It's what you need on a Friday night.
That's right.
I watched that Jennifer Lawrence movie that I can't remember the name of.
Hunger Games.
No. The new one where she needs a car and so she dates these people's kid.
Oh, yeah.
It's like no
strings attached?
no strings attached.
Is that it?
That's it. No, it's not it. That's okay.
Was it No Strings Attached? Was that the rom-com with Ashton Kutcher's?
Oh, yes. And that wasn't who is the male lead in that? It wasn't Chris O'Dowd.
No, it was Ashton Kutcher's.
Oh, it was Ashton Kutcher. I thought it was his wife. What's the one with his wife in it? It's a rom-com.
Ashton Kutcher's real wife?
Real wife, Mila Kunis. No Hard Feelings. That's what it's called. No Hard Feelings.
No, because Mila Kunis was also in Friends with Benefits. Or wasn't that the one with Justin Timberlake's?
Right. Wasn't there another, let me see, Mila Kunis rom-com. Friends with Benefits. There was another one I thought she was in. Oh, maybe not. Oh, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. She was in that. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Because that's not Chris O'Dowd. That's the other one. The one that's from Shrinking.
Jason Segel.
Thank you. Well, that was a fun ride. Covered like 30 movies that we don't remember the names of or who are in a short 5 minutes. So that's...
Yeah, and that's as I approach 50, that's what's in my head.
Yeah, that's how it works. Everything is like a tangent, and if I can manage to like loop it around back at the end and bring it back full circle, I feel a great sense of satisfaction.
Right.
Okay, so I should introduce you so the people know who you are. This is Nato Green, and his bio is very short and sweet. He is the country's only semi-functional hybrid of stand-up comedian and union organizer.
I said it.
Is that how do you feel that represents you accurately?
Yeah, I mean, I think my my IG bio says like comedian, organizer, dad, San Francisco, born and raised, or something like that.
Right.
But,
San Francisco is a big part of your personality, I feel like.
some would say too much.
Too much. So before we dive into our questions, I have an icebreaker for you that I did not tell you what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, Nato, what is your favorite way to eat a potato?
Oh.
Since you are also a culinary gentleman,
Mm-hmm.
as well as a foodie,
I love a latke, bro.
Yeah. Latkes are good.
Latkes are good. And I've been doing it enough at volume and long enough that like I have some booby mojo when it comes to latkes. Like I don't need the recipe anymore. I just like can do it by feel.
So it's like potatoes, onions, a little flour, some eggs. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You have like a secret spice or something that you throw in there that gives you that extra like bubby vibe?
Uh, beer.
Beer. Huh. Look at
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Is that just an excuse so you can open the beer and be drinking it while you make latkes?
Yeah. A lot of, oh, I need a tablespoon of beer, so I better drink this remaining 11.75 ounces of beer or whatever.
Yep. I went through a phase where I was making a lot of risotto and you need like, a little bit of wine for risotto. I was like, I guess I got to open this bottle of wine so I can make this risotto.
Yeah. Yeah. We all had a risotto phase.
Yeah. That was a long time ago. I've not made risotto for years for so many reasons. Okay, so I'm going to kick it off with your first question, which is, what is your favorite TV show or movie you have watched recently?
Uh, well,
Other than Equalizer.
uh, Andor, Andor, the Disney Plus movie or
Yes,
TV series. Loved it. Loved it.
me too.
Uh, like for all of the years that we've been in the Star Wars universe of my entire life, like like and all of the like blah 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 about the Empire like this is the first show that was like like in the entire canon it was like the Empire was bad because of the dark side of the Force, but the terms of like the Empire and the Rebellion were sort of like not explored.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I loved about Andor was it was like, here's why the Empire is bad for regular people. Like I want people to study it in like organizing classes.
That's what I was going to say.
Uh,
As a union organizer, that's your jam.
like the entire like penal colony sequence like has a lot of, you know, insight and relevance about tactical analysis, about like understanding the structures that you're operating in. Um, the I was just trying to explain this concept to somebody that like, you know, Andor is starts out like it's about his process of becoming radicalized into the rebellion and developing political consciousness. And he starts out as just some like random, like, you know, it seems like from some sort of industrial or like mining colony at the periphery. So like sort of has a visceral sense of like why his conditions are bad and why he doesn't like it and why it feels bad. But then it's, and then it like he doesn't transform to become a purposeful agent of social change until he meets the guy on the heist who has the manifesto. So it's the introduction of theory from the outside that allows him to understand and interpret his behavior, or his the conditions of his exploitation, so that he can become a force for his own liberation. In much the same way that America Ferrera in Barbie helps the Barbies break the spell of the patriarchy.
Yes.
Uh, so and then like in the final episode, Fiona Shaw's speech at the funeral speech
Yeah.
is like guaranteed tearjerker for me. When I'm like, I could use a cry, I'll go watch that.
Yeah. I love her. She's amazing. I
She's
mean,
amazing.
the thing that I loved about Andor, even more than any other Star Wars thing I've ever watched, is I felt like it had quality as a series, period. Like not as a Star Wars series, not as like a Disney series, not as a whatever, but like as a show, the writing, the design, the production design was amazing. Like the acting, like everything. Like if you had never watched anything Star Wars, you could watch Andor and enjoy it and have enough of an idea of what's going on to get into it.
Right. And like, I enjoy I enjoy The Mandalorian. I find it
Mhm.
entertaining, but fundamentally, The Mandalorian is just like a sequence of entertaining set pieces.
Right.
Uh, but like the the arc of the story is like, in the depths of the characters and the themes that they're wrestling with. are not that deep. Um,
Yeah.
so, but unlike Andor, I fucking love it.
Yeah. No, all the pieces of it. The robot, even the robot, like it was a good robot, like good family struggles, good internal, good external. Like there was just a lot to sink your teeth into. I really liked it.
Yeah, and just like the bureaucracy of the Empire, like these like very that nobody's like using the Force. It's a lot of like just the like that pathetic like mid-level you know striving like loser you know who like fucks up this like security detail and then ends up pushing paper, but then like goes to the is like determined to prove himself to the late like just all of that, and the conflicts between the cabinet about of the security services as they're trying to assess different kinds of threats. Like, so good.
So good. That's a good one. Good job. Nicely done. On to question 2. What is your new or favorite book you have read?
Uh, well, so I'll just for ease, I will go with most recent.
Okay.
Um, it's not the last book I finished, but a very recent book I finished. Here it is. Oh, you can't see it because of the
Can't see
blur,
it.
but it looks like this.
It's blue. Perfect.
Um,
The blue one.
so uh, Mary Kay, because I'm un poco famoso.
Mhm. Poco.
I un poco famoso. You know, big news week around my house, by the way. Mandy Patinkin followed me on the Instas.
That's
Uh,
a big one.
it's a big one. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Um,
I mean, as if AOC wasn't enough.
I know. And Cory Booker shared my thing. Anyway, yeah, Mandy Patinkin saw something like Kamau shared something of mine, and then Mandy Patinkin really reacted to that, and then came and found me.
Hmm.
So very exciting. But I've done like events, like shows where like as a comic with a lot of writers. And so I'm always like, oh, I should read the books of these writers that I've met. And so years ago, I did an event with a writer here in the Bay named Naomi Munawira.
Hmm.
Um, and she wrote and then I was in a bookstore and I saw her book and I picked it up. And it's her first novel. It's called Island of a Thousand Mirrors. And it's gorgeous. It's about it like follows um a, a couple of women during the Sri Lankan Civil War.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know how much you know about the Sri Lankan Civil War.
Very little.
Um, but I want to say it's like I mean there'd been like so Sri Lanka, an island off the coast of India. There was a conflict between the Sinhalese majority, I think I'm sure I'm gonna get details wrong, and the Tamil minority. That there's a province in India called I think it's called Tamil Nadu, and a whole bunch of Tamil at some point went from mainland India to Sri Lanka and had built up I believe what I was told by a Tamil friend of mine was to work on tea estates as like laborers.
Hmm.
And so but then there was a sense that they were an oppressed minority. And so uh, in the early 80s, a civil war started. And like, um, and I mean, it actually got on my radar in college because there was a Sri Lankan dude um, that we went to college with who I didn't know particularly well, but like his dad was a Sri Lankan politician who was like murdered while we were at college. Um, you know, like in a political assassination type of thing. It was like on the cover of the New York Times and stuff. Um, so anyway, like it was a, I don't know, 20, 30 year civil war and, horrible brutality. Like, the novel doesn't really particularly take sides. Like it doesn't make anybody seem like they're particularly virtuous. It just really like shows in a very intimate way, um, like the effects of the Civil War on these two women and their families, um, you know, as they sort of head towards on a collision course towards each other. Um, but just like the writing is so spectacular, like the language that she uses and the sentence structure and the imagery and the way that she talks about feeling, and the way that she talks about just describes scenery, and like physical sensation of like monsoons and whatever. It's just like I thought I love a good sentence.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
And so really enjoyed that book.
Yeah. No, I love it when you read a book and not only is it quality content, but it's very lyrically beautifully written. I just read a book called Night Crawling this year. It's a San Francisco book written by actually a very young woman. And I think she wrote the book when she was 17, but it's so beautifully written. You would actually really like it. I'll share it with you. But it just elevated it so much to have it be written that way. Okay, so follow-up question to that is, if you wrote a book about your life, what would the title be?
Easy. Because I am currently attempting to write a book partially about my life. So if I wrote a book about my life, it would be about, the title would be The Question That I'd been asked most often in my 25 years as a union organizer.
Which is?
Do you want to guess?
What's a union?
No.
How do I union? I don't know.
Yeah. The question that I've been asked most often is, can they do that?
Oh, that's a great title.
Yeah. That is like, it's like workers will, like, the boss will do something horrible and workers will say, can they do that? And it's a trick question because they did do that. They just did it. That's why we're talking about it. So
now whether they can.
Right. So the it's a question I've been asked most often that is always an opportunity to have a conversation about power, because when people ask, can they do that, my answer is always the same, which is they just did that. The question is, can we stop them?
Yeah.
Can we rectify it? Not can they do it?
That's a great title. I'm glad you're writing that. That's going to be amazing.
From your lips to God's ears.
That's how it works traditionally. Yeah. I say it, and then he's like, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. Question number 3. Something you wish you had done more when you were younger.
I wish that I was more like adventurous and reckless, like you know as you may recall, having been there for it, when we graduated from college, like Naomi and I pretty quickly like had a very clear focus of like where we wanted to go in our careers and like headed in that direction. And so like, we did okay, but we like didn't, like, we didn't there we didn't take a lot of risks that we could have been able to take as people in their 20s.
Like hopping on trains and like shenaniganing around.
Right.
That's a
globetrotting.
Right. Just getting into trouble in general.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm going to guess as we go through this process that that's going to be a common one, that we all kind of look back and go, when I was younger, I should have done way more just getting into stuff.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like it's like, yeah, we had a bunch of friends who had different kinds of adventures. And so like, we hit some of the career markers a few years earlier, but then it all leveled out and who cares?
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean?
I feel you. I was the same way. I kind of went straight into it and I have the same thoughts all the time. It's like, I should have taken a year and just like screwed around more.
Yeah.
But now we can do it now. And then we can be those crazy old people that people are like, what is wrong with them? Why are they acting like they're children? It's like, well, we can do it now. We couldn't do it back then.
Right.
But now we can do it. So get into it.
Yeah. I had too much anxiety and didn't have enough, I don't know, confidence or security to like be that fun when I was 22
Yeah.
or 23.
I feel like now in my late 40s, I care way less than I ever have about what people think about me or what if people are looking at me or wondering what I'm saying. I mean, of course, you do to some degree, but I'm way less worried about that now. And of course, now it's like I'm old and my body doesn't work the same and I don't have the same, I have more responsibilities, so it's not quite the same, but
right.
yeah.
The risk, of
Yeah, it's great. It's a great risk. Okay, next question. What is a nonprofit or organization you are passionate about?
Well, it's not a fair question.
This is a tough one, complicated for you, I would guess.
Yeah, I mean, I work for a union and I'm passionate about my union.
And what is your union?
Well, okay,
Tell the people.
I'll tell the people. I work for the Service Employees International Union, SEIU, Local 10 to 1. My union is about 65,000 members across Northern California, mostly in the public sector and local government. So cities, counties, other types of local agencies, the non-teachers in public school districts and community college districts, county court workers, transit agencies, public library workers, public hospital workers, and then also like related sort of publicly funded nonprofits like your community health clinics and your drug treatment centers and your developmental disability agencies and some museums and some private colleges and things like that. So I work with our members and help bring new people into the union and help negotiate contracts and organize strikes and build a stronger union. And I really like it. I've been doing it for a long time and I still like it.
You're very good at it, according to the people around you. So good job.
I've spent a lifetime building a very specialized set of skills that make me a nightmare for bad bosses.
That's kind of fun, though. You should have a t-shirt that says "Nightmare for Bad Bosses."
I have a t-shirt. I said something in negotiations once, and the bargaining team got like offhandedly, and the bargaining team got so excited they made shirts, so I have a t-shirt that says, "I don't have time for your legalistic bullshit."
You should print that out and hand it out to all the like SAG and WGA people to wear.
Yeah.
It's a good crossover. Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Well, so I mean, here's the one that I like wish I had most frequently.
Okay.
Which is like if I'm like out and about and there's like somebody in a very expensive car being an asshole. I wish that with my mind I could like turn their Mercedes SUV or their Hummer or their Tesla Cybertruck or whatever into like a Fiesta.
Like,
like with them in it, like suddenly their car shrinks into like a small shitty car. That's the power that I wish I had most often.
I was like some like rattly hubcap, and they're like the
right, yeah, or like if I'm in a parking lot and someone is like parked up in a dick way so that people can't get into a space, or someone has like a giant car in a compact space. I just like, it's what you get.
And they come back and they're like, what? Why is my car held together with bungee cords?
Yeah, I'm the equalizer, but of cars. Like, because that's, by the way, like speaking of the Equalizer, like I didn't watch the TV show back in the day, like the old TV
Right.
show, but my understanding, and I haven't seen the Equalizer one with Denzel's, but my understanding is that he's like, like a killer with a heart of gold or something. Like he has like he's like righting wrongs and like, you know, helping, he's this bit sort of vigilante, helping people, that kind of stuff.
Robin Hood vibes.
Yeah, Robin Hood vibe. So this is I just want to be the Equalizer, but of dickheads' cars.
I love that. That would here in LA, you'd be a hero. You'd
I'd
be
be
a,
exhausted. It'd be all day.
you'd be
Shoop, shoop,
exhausted.
shoop.
So many white BMWs that you'd need to deal with. So
I
many.
know.
So many. I almost got hit by one on an on-ramp the other day. He decided that he needed to drive on the side and almost hit like 6 people. So that guy would now be driving a Ford Fiesta. And that
Mhm.
would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Yeah, or
Okay.
like a Chevy Nova, like some discontinued car that
Yes.
you can't get parts for.
But nothing cool like a Pinto or a El Camino, which are both now making a comeback with the kids.
Right, or a Gremlin.
Oh, Gremlin. Remember how those cars used to be the cars we made fun of all the time? And now the kids are like, I've got an El Camino. And you're like,
With
dang.
an 8-track player in it.
They're listening to like Johnny Cash on 8-track in their El Camino. But I have to admit, it's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having an old car now. Okay, follow-up question to that is what is your superpower?
Napping.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm like super, super good at like sacking out for 20 minutes and then bouncing back.
Would you say you wake up fresh most of the time, or would you say it ruins the rest of your day?
No, I wake up fresh.
Oh, okay, great. Do you do like desk naps, like where you put your head down, take 20, back at it?
Uh, I will lie on the floor underneath my desk for 20.
In a little fetal position? Do you have a pillow?
I like lie in my bag. It's not good.
It's not good. And then do you wake up and your body hurts for the rest of the day? You feel fresh, but
Well, I mean, my body always hurts because of what we were talking about before about pushing 50
because we're old.
because we're old.
That's okay. It's kind of part of it. That's a good superpower. I like that one. I aspire to that one. I used to be really good at napping. I'm not as good at it anymore because old. Okay. Nato, what is your favorite dinosaur?
No opinion.
No opinion on dinosaurs? Zero opinion. Like big one, little one, scary one, fun one, meat one, non-meat one. No, zero opinion.
Well,
Fascinating.
I don't
If
know.
you were a kindergartner right now, you'd be a lot of fun.
One of many ways. I'm not a lot of fun.
Were you more of a spaceship and airplane child or like a doll child, or you were not a dinosaur child, obviously?
I mean, I thought it was interesting, but like I read, but like, before, I mean, I think he was out of this by the time I was a kid, but I remember when I was very little, my dad had been a biology teacher.
Oh,
So like we had all these like science books around the house. So I remember reading about dinosaurs and evolution. I think it was interesting and the different phases. But so I had some awareness, but didn't have a favorite.
got it. You didn't care that much. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, what would you say is a word that you say too much?
Um, is that a word?
Yeah,
Does
it
that
is.
count?
It does count. I think that's a common one.
Yeah.
Um, uh, um, those filler words. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because I'm in my fucking head so much.
Well, because you're trying to organize saying something that's really not only clever, but full of information and interesting to people and gets a point across. And so it's almost like, you need that little spinning rainbow like you have on the computer that like when your computer's thinking. I think when we say or it's kind of that same thing. It's our brain like catching up with our mouth.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Sometimes my wife will say like, I'm gonna leave the room. Let me know when you are ready to talk. I'm gonna go do something else. Call me back when you've collected your thoughts.
I mean, fair enough. It's better than her sitting there and staring at you and going, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Right.
Stop buffering.
Yeah.
Your wife. I love your wife.
And sometimes, I mean, sometimes it's collecting my thoughts, and sometimes like I get distracted on another thought. This is the problem of being in my head too much, is I get distracted by another thought, or like I'll forget like what did I say out loud and what did I just think?
Yeah.
Once in all my years of being a comedian, I had it happen on stage where I did a bit and then in the middle of the bit realized I had just done the bit and was repeating myself. And the audience was like, what is happening?
That's funny though, in and of itself.
Yeah.
Like I would be crying if I saw you do that. That would be really funny. Okay, next question. What is your favorite or desired celebrity sighting or person you want to meet?
Mm.
And I'm aware that you know a lot of very cool people, so there's got to be somebody that you haven't met.
Yeah, I mean, but the level of famous people that I know is not like I know comedians. I don't know real famous people. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but you posted that picture of Hassan the other day, and my entire household like lost their minds, myself included. So you know some people that are
Right, but he's a comic from the Bay. Like I know him from before.
right. He was in that
Um,
Jennifer Lawrence movie last night, by the way.
he was in the what? The Jennifer Lawrence movie?
Yeah, I mean, very briefly.
Right, but enough to keep his health care.
Enough to keep his health care. Correct.
Um, so yeah, it feels different when it's someone that like I knew from before they were successful.
Sure.
Um,
So if you could meet anyone, anyone in the world,
uh, anyone in the world, right? Mm, I mean, there are some people who like feel like they should be my friend.
yes. I think that's common with celebrities and famous people because you realize how much you have in common. And you think we could have a really good time together.
Yeah, like we have a one-sided like it's a one-sided relationship. Like
Yep.
they don't know you exist and you know a lot about them,
Yeah, which is weird.
which is weird. But like the one that comes to mind is like not totally out of reach for me, which is like you know your bad David Diggs. You know what I mean? Like whenever I listen to David Diggs talk, I'm like, oh, we should be friends. But like I'm I could figure it out.
I'm surprised you haven't met him. Yeah, you guys have connections.
We do have connections and we like know a lot of people in common. It's just like partly it's generational. He's a bit younger than me.
If you brought David Diggs into your house, there'd be a lot of geeking out going on, probably.
I mean, there was a lot, like I said, I mean, there was a lot of geeking out about Mandy Patinkin.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was I mean, the fact to me that you were in a screen situation with Lakeith Stanfield, who I love, that was a geek moment for me. Like you've done a lot of stuff like that. Mandy Patinkin is a big one.
Yeah, I mean, right. So like, but in that screen, I mean, I met him on the day, but we didn't really talk. My scene was with Tessa Thompson.
Right.
That's
Well,
that's a big deal. But it was, like she was aware of Kamau. I was like, I mean, if this is my bio, is who's that unfamous white guy standing next to those famous black people? you know,
That's the unofficial bio.
yeah. Like at one point I was standing on the street and it was like me, Kamau, Boots, Lakeith, and Jermaine Fowler or something like that. It was like, and some black dude walked up and it was like, I love all of y'all. Can I get a picture? And I was like, look, who are we kidding? I know that I'm not part of the all y'all that we're talking about right here. Like, I'll take the picture, bro.
That's good of you. And then he wasn't like, no, I know you from I have the Whiteness album.
Where do I know you from? Yeah.
I listen to it every time I start my car. fun fact about Nato that nobody here knows is that every time I get in my car and my phone connects to my Bluetooth, it starts playing Nato's Whiteness album every single time. And when your kids were in my car, it absolutely killed. They died. It was fantastic. That bit, I have it so memorized. Okay. So wait, we didn't establish anyone. Okay. So who's a person?
I mean, I would be psyched to get to hang out with Mandy Patinkin.
Mandy Patinkin.
I would be very excited to get to hang out with him.
His TikToks are highly entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. So here's a follow-up question to that. What do you think your ideal situation would be to hang out with Mandy Patinkin? Like dinner party or like on an airplane?
Passover Seder.
That's a good one.
Because, Mandy Patinkin entered my consciousness like I feel like for a lot of people of our generation, Mandy Patinkin entered people's awareness as Inigo Montoya.
Yes.
For me, Mandy Patinkin entered my awareness because like my extended family was into him because he sang old Yiddish songs.
Yes. No.
And so it was like all of this like old Yiddish culture stuff that he represented.
Okay, so Passover Seder.
Yeah. Yeah, just being able to sing some Chad Gadya or Dayenu or Go Down Moses with Mandy Patinkin seems cool as hell.
That would break the internet probably if you recorded that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's a good one. Okay, last question. What is your favorite type of sandwich or sandwich-like food?
I'm gonna go pork belly banh mi.
Oh, that's a good one. And do you have a favorite place in San Francisco that makes that? Or anywhere?
Yeah, I mean there's a spot in they call it Little Saigon, but it's not really Little Saigon. It's like 2 blocks. But there's
very little.
It's very little. It's teeny Saigon.
Teeny Saigon.
But yeah, there's a handful of banh mi spots, and if I'm like in a place and I have a choice, like and there's a bunch of different food options, and banh mi is one of the options, I'm gonna get the banh mi. And if banh mi is an option, I'm gonna get the pork. And if pork belly is the option, I'm gonna get the pork belly.
So you're not a Jewish person that doesn't eat pork?
No, I'm a Jewish person who has made my own bacon.
Made your own bacon?
Yeah, like once I got an entire pork belly, spent a week curing it, and then took it to my cousin's house and smoked it.
You should have made a video of that and called it Making Bacon with Nato.
I think it was before phones that did that.
No, before you were poco famoso?
Before I was poco famoso.
Then you're going to be más famoso. Probably because of this podcast. This is what's going to launch you into like that next level where you're going to be hanging with David and Mandy Patinkin within a year.
Right.
From my lips to God's ears, as we said earlier.
Once again, yeah. Anyway, never mind.
You can go. You can say whatever you want, Nato.
Well, it's like the celebrity sighting list is not the same as like I think say like Janelle Monáe is amazing.
Oh.
But I don't think I could like handle being in her presence. You know what I mean?
I would not be able to keep it cool being around her. Like you couldn't. It's like Obama, right? Like anybody who meets Obama like loses their minds. Either Obama, Barack, or Michelle, because apparently they're both just like radiating delight at every moment. They smell amazing. They give great hugs. They're like I would not be able to keep it cool around either of them. So it's probably best that I don't.
I mean, look, Have I told you a story about my first exposure to Janelle Benet?
No.
Okay, then we can stop.
Okay.
So the year is 2012. Um, I'm living in Brooklyn. I had moved to Brooklyn to write Kamau's television show.
Yes.
Um, and there's this, I think it still happens, this awesome music festival in Fort Greene, Brooklyn called Afropunk.
Okay.
And Kamau was invited to introduce TV on the radio.
Hmm.
So we went. It was, and we're hanging out with Vernon Reed, the guitarist from Living Color, who's a friend of mine and Kamau's. And so, like, and Afropunk, the Afropunk Festival is like the coolest scene I've ever been around. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, these are the coolest people in the world. Like, just to give you a sense of how cool it is, we were walking up to the thing, and because he was introducing people, he like had a pass, whatever. And we passed the line of the people waiting in line to get in, and David Byrne is waiting in line, just like a regular person. And at some point, someone was like, "Bro, you know you're David Byrne. You don't have to wait in this line."
I was gonna say, like, come with us, David
Um,
Byrne.
so anyway, uh, um, so the three of me and Kamau and Vernon were waiting for him to get to go and introduce TV on the radio. They were closing the final act, and so we were standing backstage, like, and and there's like the backstage area, and there's like different sort of tents for different acts. You know what I mean? And Janelle Monáe is up earlier, and it's in that phase where like everybody had uniforms, like they all were like white tops and black bottoms,
Mhm.
and suits and stuff, very sort of like mask androgynous. And so we're standing backstage, and her band walks by, and so she passed me by like 3 feet away, with the whole band.
Wow.
And I didn't know who she was, but immediately I was like, what's happening? That something incredible is like,
Something as amazing is about to happen.
yeah. And so then we went and watched, and was like, oh, this is a whole other deal.
Yeah.
This lady is Prince.
That's what I was gonna say. She's like a powerhouse. She's just this tiny powerhouse that just radiates badassedness. And I would imagine if you saw, she's got to be teeny, right? Like 5 feet tall.
She's teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen her live a few times. Somebody was reminding me, we saw like early on, uh in the Black Lives Matter movement,
Mm-hmm.
she um performed like at the subway station near our house, like outside.
Oh, wow.
She did like a live like marching band type thing, like because she had done a song about victims of police brutality,
Mhm.
and so she just showed up with a band and was like, so we went to see that, and then led a march against police brutality.
That's very cool. That's less cool than I saw her at Outside Lands this year. She killed. She absolutely killed, but we were not marching
Against police brutality.
Against police brutality with a marching band, which is maybe one of the coolest things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Nato, you're very good at doing podcasts.
I know.
Usually it's almost like you do them all the time.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you taking time to hang out with me on my little podcast and talk about random things.
Sure. I gotta go pick up one of the kids pretty soon.
Oh, we'll go pick up a kid. I'm going to watch The Equalizer because it's Denzel's and Pascal's, which is like
In the Equalizer 2.
Equalizer 2. Sorry.
Yeah.
Equalizer 2. Yeah, I don't need to watch one, right? I'm not going to miss anything.
He does some equalizing. It's that's what you need to know.
High stakes, some sort of something, maybe an airplane, definitely a car chase. It's
What the detail about the Equalizer that's interesting just is that it's one of those things where like retired CIA black ops blah de blah
Mhm.
is now, but like his way of like trying to like blend into anonymity is to be a Lyft driver in Boston.
I love it. Is it in Boston?
I mean, it moves
Whatever.
around, but a
Yeah.
lot of it, he's based in Boston. Yeah.
Like Denzel could ever be a Lyft driver anywhere and blend in. Come
Right.
on. Come on, that's just silly. That's a silly premise.
Yeah.
Everyone would be like, that man is way too attractive to be driving my Lyft.
You know, but I mean, like, yes, you know, but it's old man Denzel, so it's a little bit different deal, but sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll check it out.
Enjoy it.
Thank
Report
you.
back.
Have a
All
good
right.
Saturday. Bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye.